Hello and welcome to This Week in Plymouth. I'm your host, Dan Salzer from Pemmy Baker TV, and let's catch you up on everything happening around the town. On Monday, the Select Board hosted a public hearing for unanticipated funds from the New Hampshire Department of Environmental Services in the amount of $51,893. The funds will be used for the Loon Lake Road culvert flood risk mitigation and stream crossing restoration project.
June, do you want to give a quick summary of this project before I take public comment?
So this public hearing is required by the state of New Hampshire to accept grant funds from them. So back earlier this summer, we applied to the New Hampshire Department of Environmental Services Culvert Flood Risk Assessment Program, Assistance Program, and the town, they received 34 applications, I think it was, and they only were able to fund 4 communities. So it was a very competitive process. We did not receive the full funding to do engineering, design, and construction of replacing the first culvert on Loon Lake Road, which has been problematic for the community. And but we were awarded just almost $52,000 for that would cover the engineering work for the project.
We have until December of 2026 to expend these funds? It looks like.
Yes, I believe that.
I'll make a motion that we accept the funds according to the document that June has laid out.
I'll second that. Might want to say the
$51,893.
Second.
Any discussion around that? All those in favor? Aye.
Following the hearing, the board approved 3 purchase orders for Joe Fagnant, the manager of the Highway Department, and June Hammond-Rowan gave an update on the South Main Street project.
The town had the bid opening for the downtown drainage project on September 15th, which was at 1 o'clock it was held up at Plymouth Village Water and Sewer. We received 3 bids, which was great news because that's what EDA likes us to have as a minimum number. One bid from Park Construction was around $3.5 million, from Calder Construction 3.9, and Grancy and Sons about 5.1, and these are just rounded off numbers. So the apparent low bidder was Park Construction Corporation. But however, we ran into a very unusual situation because we also had the bid opening concurrently with the water and sewer, Plymouth Village Water and Sewer Districts, their bids opening for their major water sewer project. So when the bids were opened, they come in sealed envelopes. They were all delivered at the right time. And at 1 o'clock opening, when the envelopes were opened, the packages were opened, it was discovered that the Plymouth Village Water and Sewers bid was in the envelope that had been dropped off at Town Hall. And the town's bid was actually in the envelope that was delivered to the Plymouth Village Water and Sewer office. So the next steps on that are there was a contract amendment with HEB for some additional services for resulting in their efforts for rebidding. And Kathy, I believe, signed off on that contract amendment last week. And so the next step is HEB has to revise some of the plans to incorporate addendum that had been issued. That's not a major deal, but they just have to do it and then come up with a new timeline for bidding. We're working with water and sewer on that. We want to try to go as soon as possible. So there was a proposal to maybe start bidding around October 3rd. I've had a few emails today trying to push that back because EDA does have to approve the changes in the plans. And I just don't know how fast HEB can get that done.
I have to say it was very unfortunate that they screwed up their stupid envelopes. Jesus. How stupid.
Yeah. Very frustrating outcome, but hopefully round 2 goes more smoothly.
On Tuesday, the Selectmen's Office posted that the board is looking for new bids for both the downtown drainage improvements and also the Main Street water and sewer improvements. Be sure to check out the town website at www.plymouth-nh.org for the full details on any bids and any other announcements made by the town. Some announcements: there will be no school on October 10th in observance of Columbus Day for both PRHS and PES. High school will also have a delayed opening on October 25th. Picture retake at the high school will take place on October 17th. Local music legend Anatole Annie Paquette from Annie and the Orphans will be performing his final show ever at the Sandwich Fair on October 10th. There will be 2 sets played that day, the first starting at noon and the second at 3 p.m. Be sure to make your way to the Sandwich Fair to catch his final performance. Annie and his daughter Danielle joined Louise McCormick for a couple of weeks ago for a new episode of Memories in Plymouth here in our studio. The three discussed his life and how Annie and the Orphans came to be. You can catch the full episode on our YouTube channel and watch reruns throughout the week at select times on channel 1302. And now, Plymouth State meteorology student and Ryan Kudish with this weekend's weather forecast.
So looking at our next 3 days forecast over the weekend, again tomorrow we'll see some more of those dense clouds in the morning, but the sun will pop out in the afternoon. Sunday will be becoming a lot more sunny. 57 degrees will be our high temperature for the day. Monday, we have a wind direction shift out of the northeast that will bring us some pretty cool conditions for a temperature around 56 degrees, but we will be mostly sunny. Looking at our hour-by-hour forecast, so here's that cloud deck that I was telling you about that will make its way across the state for much of the day today. Temperature, again, we should warm up for another degree or two. We'll sit around 62 degrees for our high temperature today. Overnight tonight will be around 42 degrees with some of those denser clouds making its way into the area ahead of this moisture from Hurricane Ian that will become more remnants of Hurricane Ian tomorrow afternoon. And I'm seeing not a chance of rain here for Plymouth. I think a lot of the rain does stay to southern New England, but our best chance of some rain here in New Hampshire is right around Portsmouth, Manchester, Nashua, and Jaffrey area tomorrow. Then in the afternoon, the sun should pop out, and we will see a temperature again get up to around that upper 50s, and possibly into the low 60s mark for the day tomorrow. But then overnight, we'll start to clear out a little bit. We'll see some clouds overnight, but then on Sunday afternoon, we will clear out a lot more, and the sun will pop out as a mostly sunny day with temperatures around 56 degrees. So I want, again, overnight tonight, 42 degrees. We'll be mostly cloudy, but tomorrow is actually the homecoming football game for not Plymouth State, but Plymouth Regional High School. They're having a 2 p.m. kickoff for their homecoming weekend versus Souhagen. Temperatures will be around the mid-60s, and we'll see some, again, clouds at the start of kickoff. We could see the sun pop out around the end of the football game. Looking at the extended forecast, it's beautiful. Once we get past Sunday, we are seeing temperatures get above into the mid-60s possibly. Look at for Thursday, mostly sunny conditions expected, but look at those overnight temperatures though. We could be into the 30s. We could actually see another day of freezing temperatures overnight on Friday.
It's time now for your local sports. It's homecoming week for the Plymouth Bobcats, where the girls' volleyball team kicked off the week in style. The Bobcats picked up their first win of the season, defeating Fall Mountain in straight sets on Thursday evening 3-0. Strong serving with almost 20 aces helped lead the team to the win. Haynes again with another serve to the back row. Off the hands of Como. Attack at the net from Golden, and she'll get the kill. This one just a free pass over from Plymouth. Front low attack on the outside. They're going to call a carry here.
Good call by the referee there, and hopefully Plymouth can take advantage of this.
Wildcats were running a great 5-1, of course, when our system is down, but Plymouth doing well, rattling off some points.
Yeah, right behind this serve from number 12.
And another point there. Going towards the middle. It's going to end up in the bleachers here in front of us for the ace.
And there's another one. We're getting closer to 20, I think.
I feel like we need the ace up here for ace, like we have it, baseball with the K's. There's been so many. Oh, a beautiful one off the tape. And it's match point. Francis gets back-to-back aces, and the Bobcats win. Field hockey hosted Milford yesterday afternoon at 4 p.m., and football hosts Souhegan at 2 p.m. today in a rematch of the 2020 Division II championship game. You can catch the football game live on Pemmy Baker TV and catch rebroadcasts of all of our coverage of high school sports on channel 1302 and our YouTube channel. A reminder that next Friday, October 7th, it's the first ever night game for the Bobcats football team. PRHS will be hosting a Grey Out event in honor of the late Luc Besson from the class of 2022, who sadly passed away this past spring from brain cancer. The game will be against Guilford Belmont and will kick off at 7 p.m. Be sure to attend in person and wear gray, or tune in online on our YouTube, Facebook channels, and on channel 1302. Thanks for tuning into this week's edition of This Week in Plymouth. If you would like to be a part of our show or have content you think we should cover, contact us at the information on your screen. For our executive producer, Jonathan Picard, I'm Dan Salzer. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week.